Alright, so we're here for game 2 of round 1 of our modern preliminary walkthrough here. I'm on the play because I lost in game 1. What we have here is we cited out the 4 Veil Summers because Veil Summer does nothing against the red deck, and we brought in the Abrupt Decay and the Leyline Sanctity here. The reason we bring in that Abrupt Decay is one, it can kill a super huge prowess creature, and two, it can kill like a random Blood Moon or a Grafdigger's Cage, although Blood Moon I don't think works with Lurrus. Interestingly, they did not reveal a Lurrus. Maybe they brought in Dismember, that's kind of weird. But yeah, I bring all three Abrupt Decays because I don't think on average you don't have the time to be Glittering Wishing for Abrupt Decay and then casting Abrupt Decay and then winning the turn after. So I'd rather have all the Abrupt Decays like immediately. So here we have, I believe, let's see, so if we, I think this is a turn 2 here. So what we can do is we can pitch a monkey and Manamorphose green white and then wish for Neoform, and then turn 2 um, we'll have a turn 2 kill as long as one of the two cards that we draw between the Manamorphose and the draw step is a green card. It's not ideal that we would have spent the 1 mana off a Simian Spirit Guide as well as having to pay for a pack, but given that the matchup is against Prowess, speed is demanded, and I think this is a worthwhile risk to take, so I would keep this, and I would Glittering Wish from turn 1. So what do we do here? So we do keep here, so we actually pass. That's interesting. I think I would have just, I think I would have just like Glittering Wish for Neoform on turn 1, but I wonder what I was thinking. It's possible. So the theory is that just turn 2 unprotected and short on resource combo with the Summoner's Pact is low enough of percentage play such that I'd rather wait for the third turn and try to cleanly combo on turn 3 with an extra land drop, especially given that we are using a Simian Spirit Guide to well, given that I guess we don't have to use a Simian Spirit Guide to Manamorphose into green white if we do it on turn 2. So I think this is about preserving resources. I still think that turn 1 wishing for Neoform is right, but it's defensible certainly. All right. So I want to make green white here. Like it's possible casting it for green blue to see if we have a Neoform on the top but like I think that that's only a 4-outer, and I'd rather just make sure that we have the requisite green cards to pitch to Summoner's Path next turn. If we do combo next turn, which we are in position to. All right, so let's go for green white here. So we don't draw a Neoform. If we drew a Neoform, then I yeah, I would have gone for it, right? Because it's like three cards plus Neoform. Yeah. So we'll get Neoform, and then we're ready to combo next turn with all the Simian Spirit Guides and 1 extra mana. The downside here, of course, is that they might burn us right now, and then bring us down to below 14 life, which they do. Yeah, so that's why I'm not so sure if that was worth it. If we took the turn 1 Glittering Wish for Neoform line, then we would have had a draw 14, but we would have only had 3 Simian Spirit Guides. Whether that's worth the sacrifice to get like 2 extra mana between the third land drop and the Simian Spirit Guide is debatable. I think the constraining factor is most often life. So let's see what we do. All right, so we're going to Yep, we're going to make green blue, and we're going to keep going here. So one of the important things about learning how to play Neoform is knowing when to go and knowing when to stop. So we're going to keep in mind that we have third land drop, and we can already pay for Pact, given that we make the third land drop and we get a Simian Spirit Guide, but we also want to like finish the game if we can. Alright. Let's see how good this is. So we have the Summoner's Pact, which is nice because it can get us another worm. It has a gain 15, which is good, and we're comfortably above number divisible by 7, so we don't have to worry about not being able to make blue mana, which this version may have because it doesn't have Wild Canter, and the only way to make blue mana is through a land or a Manamorphose, which will draw a land. Sorry, draw a card. So I want to pitch. I'm gonna play our land. I want to gain 15 here. We're not gonna draw. We're not gonna cast Summoner's Pact because we don't need to yet. We always have the option of passing with the Summoner's Pact payment up. Now that we've drawn the show here, it's probably worth it to just like get the Summoner's Pact for the worm and then start thinning the deck. All right, so there's our ley line. There's the mana. I assume we Summoner's Pact here. Okay, so we're gonna Manamorphose first here, just in case we draw the worm, so we don't have to like. Oh, never mind. It was probably correct to Summoner's Pact for Manamorphose first here. Alright, so everything else should be academic here. We're going to draw our entire deck. We even have the Life Goes On to gain 8. Yep. Well, generally, the colors to make for Manamorphose is blue-green, blue for Laboratory Maniac, and green for Life Goes On. There are corner case scenarios of wanting green-green for like Veil Summer Protection or Dissenter's Deliverance Cycling, or also blue for Serum Vision. Alright, so we're gonna do our own thing here. We see that the Nourishing Show is in the last one of the 2 cards. We're gonna Manamorphose, we're gonna gain 7, and then we're gonna win. So I think we took inferior line here by not going for the Glittering Wish Neoform in turn 1, but fortunately our opponent's draw was not aggressive enough, so we won game 2. So let's go to game 3 here.